And we are back on the WHHI-TV Daily News. With me now is Cinda Seamon, and she is, of course, with Hilton Head Fire and Rescue. And we are getting ready for the summer season. We're going to be in and around water.
Right.
So today we're going to talk a little bit about drowning, which of course is a scary subject, but something we need to touch on as we're getting into that season. So, you know, we're going to talk about what it looks like, because if you see someone flailing around screaming for help, is that person drowning?
Right. And everybody thinks that's, oh, someone's screaming, they're flailing their arms, help me, help me. Are they drowning? No, probably not. Are they in distress? Absolutely they're in distress, but probably not drowning. Drowning looks very different than the loud, splashing, yelling.
Okay, so what are we looking for?
We're looking for quiet. Someone may have drifted off to the side. They will not be moving. There'll be very little movement. Their head may be tilted up. Their eyes might be glazed over. Their bangs of their hair might be wet in front of their eyes covering it. And they might just almost look like they're in a trance. They don't have the energy to flail, yell, to raise an arm. It's everything they can do to have enough breath to just stay above water. Under the water, they will be climbing a ladder. They will be trying to get out. They will be pushing, as if they're pushing the water down to try to get up. You won't see a lot of that unless you're close up, but that's what they're trying to do. They're very quietly trying to get out of the water, conserving their breath. So it's very, very quiet, and they may have drifted off, and you won't notice much movement at all. Everything will be going on underneath the water.
Wow, that's really scary.
It is.
Because it really could just look like somebody's floating from a distance.
It could, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And we need to really be, I mean, we want to talk about some tips about how to avoid it, but of course, especially when you're dealing with children.
Right, right.
You know, if all of a sudden a child is quiet, something's probably drastically wrong.
Exactly right. When kids are screaming and yelling and playing, it's great. All of a sudden it's quiet, that's when you pay attention. Although you should be paying attention all the time.
Of course.
But when we get to that point, something is wrong.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk about some tips to how to avoid getting into that position. But if you do see somebody in that distress, some tips on how to help as well.
So the first thing is learn to swim. I know, sounds so basic, but we have so much water around us. It's really important that kids learn how to swim. Adults learn how to swim. Everyone should know how to swim. We're just surrounded by water, so it's really important that everyone learns to swim. That's the first thing. Then second of all, we have a program called Water Watcher. What it is an adult will wear, say, a bracelet or have a piece of cardboard that says, I'm a water watcher. I give you that piece of cardboard or that bracelet, and you set your timer for 20 minutes. Your job only is to watch the kids.
Okay.
All the adults can be talking. That doesn't mean scrolling on your phone, reading a book, doing anything else.
No.
Solely paying attention to the kids.
Eyes on the water.
Your 20 minutes is up. You pass that information on to the next grown-up or adult in charge. They're going to go ahead and watch the kids. And we do, and then that way you know you have a lot of free time where you can enjoy the adult company and have fun and not pay attention because you know someone is really responsible. It is so important. But when that person is a water watcher, they do nothing but watch the kids. That way they can see the patterns of what's happening out there, who's out there, what looks different to them.
Right.
But they really have to concentrate on paying attention. It's called a water watcher. It's a really effective program. Like I said, it can be a little cardboard paper that you pass on. It can be a plastic bracelet that says water watcher, and everybody participates and everybody feels good in knowing that the kids are safe and someone is watching.
Yeah.
So that's a key thing. The more attention we pay, the better it's going to be.
That is an excellent tip. I love that. I really do. And so we've got about 30 seconds left. If we do see somebody in distress, what is our first course of action?
Well, there's a whole lot of lifeguard stuff involved in that. And that was the first thing. We want to get someone that's trained out there. First of all, get everyone's attention that we've got someone in distress out there. Let's get a lifeguard. Let's send people out who know what they're doing and know what to do. Because a lot of people, you don't want to get out there and then all of a sudden somebody's pulling you down and we have a whole situation. But that's the other thing is you want to always swim where there's lifeguards. That's why we have them.
Yeah.
They're trained, they know what to do. So be in areas that are heavily populated, that have lifeguards. The help is there if you do need it.
Yeah. Well, Cinda, it's always wonderful to see you, and your information is always spot on, so we appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And we'll be back in just a moment, so stay with us.